Welcome to the Shark Bite Show, where we dive into the stories of our members, coaches, friends, and family of Shark Bite Fitness and Nutrition. All right, let's roll.
All right, guys and girls and anybody else who may be listening. This is Nick. Welcome to the Shark Bite Show. I am here with my friend Shanen. Right? Lots of people thought this one would never happen.
Yep.
If you know Shanen, you know that he's just a real big talker.
It's true. I love to talk.
Loves to talk. Loves to tell people about himself. Loves the spotlight on him. These are all things that are true about Shanen.
Mm-hmm.
That's why our friendship has worked out for so long, because he loves those things so much. This is Shanen Burns, the literal longest member of this gym in our business.
True.
Yeah.
I've had various roles
Yeah.
throughout this gym's.
Yeah, your membership may not have been consistent. Lots of times it wasn't a membership, but whatever.
Kind of been all over the place, but
Yeah. All right. So first off, who are you? How would you describe yourself?
Shanen Burns. 34 years old. I was born in Newark, Delaware. Moved down to Florida with my mom when I was about 10. Moved down here because she wanted to get away from the cold. Kind of grew up in Cape Coral pretty much. Went to elementary school and middle school and high school here, and then joined the Army, and then kind of been back and forth from there. Still kind of in the Army, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. Just a little bit. Just a little bit
Yeah.
in the Army. Just in a portion of the Army, I guess.
Yeah.
So did you, because this is going to lead into a question I have later, did you play a bunch of sports and stuff growing up?
Actually, no. We've talked about this a bunch of times. I was a bit of a nerd.
Yep.
A bit of a nerd. I was a lot of a nerd.
A little bit. A little bit of a nerd.
Yeah, a bit of a nerd. I actually didn't really get into sports a lot until later in high school. But I did I did sports, kind of the sports thing, the Raider team, the JRTC.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's familiar with that, like the Raider team is like their physical fitness team.
Same here, Raiders. Woo.
Yeah. So that was kind of like my extent of sports in high school.
Mm.
I got into football, at least watching it towards the end, but never I got a chance to play. So.
Okay, so not a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Right. So how'd you end up in the Army then?
It's actually kind of a combination of things. I remember hanging out with an old friend of mine. I'm still friends with him today. Me and him would hang out. He always had this talking about the Army. His dad was in the Army, I guess, and he would talk about he was joining the Army, and I kind of didn't really know as far as what I wanted to kind of be when I grew up, I guess. At the time, we were like 12, 13 years old, and I remember playing a video game called Metal Gear Solid. And we were playing this game, and I was like, "Oh, this is a pretty cool game." And my buddy was playing with me. He's like, "I was like, this is pretty realistic. Like, what do you think what's got real life job is?" And he was like, "It's probably like special forces or something like that." And I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." When I got looking in the Army, I was like, "That sounds really cool." And actually, my friend's dad was a Vietnam Green Beret, and I would talk to him. He would tell stories all the time and everything like that. And then after that, I was like, "All right." I was like 13 years old. I was like, when I graduate high school, I'm joining the Army.
Is that someone I knew? You don't have to say who it is, but do I know them?
I don't think so, actually. He doesn't come down here very much.
Okay. All right. Well, so that's how you got in, and then you joined in what year?
The Army?
Yeah.
2005.
2005, and it's now 2021.
Yes.
Right.
Still doing it.
I was gonna say, how many of those years were you in the Army?
I think my paperwork says I've been in I should be at 15 or 16 at this point.
That is a crazy idea.
Yeah.
Crazy idea.
I know. Sometimes I still think to myself, I'm like, I don't know. I'll see like guys that are like the same rank as me. Like I'm a staff sergeant. And I see them like, oh crap, staff. I'm like, wait, never mind. I'm still the same rank.
One of my proudest moments ever was when up a drum, some staff sergeant ran up behind me and he was like, "Hey, putting your hands in your pockets?" I turned around. I'm like, "Yeah, bro." And he like expected me to be a child,
yeah.
We're the same rank.
Yeah, it's always fun when you sit there and like show them like, oh, by the way, dude, you can't talk crap to me. We're the same.
Yeah.
Especially for you because you were younger, but.
Oh yeah, because everybody thought I was like a private.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is gonna lead into a better question, but first, how did you find CrossFit?
So I found CrossFit. That's a bit of a long story how I found it. I found it in various different ways. So I was in Iraq. This is around 2008, and just to kind of set the picture here. I don't know if you remember when you were in Iraq. If you remember, like Task Force 16, which is open source stuff. Like that. You remember you hear about them. You see they do all the cool stuff. You know what I mean? You hear about them all the time. You know what I mean? All the guys like, man, that's really cool.
These are like special ops guys. Who doesn't know what we're talking about?
Yeah. So actually went and did a mission with them. We were pulling security for them one night, and they were doing a raid. And I remember seeing those guys, like, they were doing all the cool stuff. They were doing all the stuff that I thought the Army would be. I mean, we got to do some cool stuff, especially back then, but it wasn't, I wanted more. So at that point, I was like, I asked my buddy, I was like, who are those guys? You know what I mean? Like, what are they, like, what unit are they with? And he said, it's probably like Rangers or something like that. So I looked more into it, and then at that point, I was like, all right, I was in the kind of that window where it's like, do I want to get out? Do I want to stay in? And then I felt at the time like I hadn't done what I wanted to do. So I was like, all right, I'm going to re-enlist. And then I was like, I'm re-enlist and be a Ranger. And to me at that point, I was like, I'm clearly not at the physical fitness level I think I should be at. So I started looking up stuff, kind of like different workouts, programs, or anything like that, like what's good to prepare. And at the time, I would say 2008, there wasn't a whole lot of information out there.
No, there was not.
Like, I remember ordering books and everything like that, and it's pretty much just as long as you can run really fast, do push-ups and sit-ups. I mean, you know, the Army's like, that's their peak of physical fitness. If you can run fast, do push-ups and sit-ups, that's peak physical performance.
That's it. Just run, push-ups, sit-ups. Nothing else.
Yeah.
You need no other skills. You just need those three. That's it, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. They've since gotten evolved a little bit more, but, you know, it's hard to teach a old dog new tricks, so... but anyways, I was looking at trying to, like, I wanted to prepare, I wanted to be ready for it. The only fortunate thing is that we were in Iraq, and resources weren't available as far as, like, equipment, gym equipment, things like that. Like, we'd stay at, like, the little COPs, we'd call it combat outposts, and that's where we'd be staying at, and they usually be, like, little small, like, one of them we stayed at was literally a little chicken coop. It was where farmers kept their chickens. That's where we were living. So we didn't have a whole lot of gym equipment. We eventually started building a lot of these places up and, like, adding more stuff, you know, bringing in trailers. We could put gym equipment in. Like, that was one of the priorities. We would bring out gym equipment, but it was kind of hard to work out, to do that. At least when I started looking it up, and then I found something called CrossFit. And I was like, what the heck is this? CrossFit. I remember the first thing I noticed, like, it's like a 10-minute workout. And I was like, that seems rather short. I kind of need a little bit more than that.
Especially coming from the Army PT days where it's like an hour plus.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, I looked at that and I looked at the movements. I was snatch, clean, squat clean. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I remember looking it up and I was like, I can't do any of that. So there's nothing I do. So anyways, I kind of got into running and stuff like that while I was over there running on treadmills. But by the time I got back to the States, I looked more into it. And then I found this one programming called Military Athlete. It's actually run by this dude named Rob Shaw. He came from Greg Glassman's, like, that whole crew, like, when they started CrossFit. So he branched off and started his own kind of programming. And it was geared towards endurance athletes and like military people and stuff like that. So I started getting into that. And then it was very CrossFit-like. It was definitely known to be CrossFit. It was a little bit longer, a little bit more volume type stuff, but it was definitely CrossFit-like. And then he'd post, like, little videos of, like, the movements so you can, like, you have an idea what, like I said, I didn't know what a clean was. I didn't know what a snatch was.
Right.
I was like, what the hell's snatch? But it's funny, like, you look back, and I was looking back, like, man, those weren't, like, it wasn't YouTube.
No, that's like, that makes it sound so old, but I know exactly what you mean. Like, you would try to search for something on the internet, and you couldn't find it.
Like, you see the video, and it's literally just somebody taking a video with their Razor phone and doing one clean, and that's it. It's like, they're like, here's the power clean. Walk up, do the power clean, put it down. That's the power clean. And then that'd be in the video. Like, I could do that. That's fine. And then it was funny because it's like, it's crazy how, like, thinking back now. I remember I went to a gym. This is when I was back in the States. I was in Hawaii, actually. And the main post gym, you know, it was a big Globo gym, you know, stuff like that. And I remember the CrossFit room was like a little old tetherball court. Like, it was all it was. Like a little pull-up bar in there with a couple of wall balls, like, torn up and everything like that. And, like, I was the only one that worked out in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that only existed because, like, 6 of you knew what it was. That's why, right? Yeah.
I remember, like, having to go to the main gym, like, grab dumbbells and go in there, and people were like, what the heck is this guy doing? Like, I'm trying to do my, you know, my workout here, because it's like, but yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. At least, like, the kind of, the type of CrossFit. And I actually didn't really I didn't actually go into my first gym until I ETS from active duty. I got off active duty, and then somebody told me about a gym around here, and I just, you know, joined, and I was like, oh, okay.
This episode is brought to you by Punch Gunk. Punch Gunk is a pain relief and anti-inflammatory rub. You put it on your muscles, your joints. You're going to feel a whole lot better if you use it. I know that a couple weeks ago, my back was killing me from a deadlift workout. Couldn't bend over without strong discomfort. One of the players convinced me to use some, rubbed it on my back. About 15 minutes later, I was doing muscle ups and snatches with no pain at all. I absolutely could not believe it, but it's true. They're a supporter of the podcast now. If you want to try it out, go to punchgunk.com. Use code SHARKS10. You'll get a discount. This stuff is amazing. It's all over my gym now. The Southwest Florida Sharks and the Florida Grid League use it. Big supporter of it now. Check it out at punchgunk.com. Use code SHARKS10 for a discount. Yeah, so you did that thing that a lot of us did in the military where like CrossFit was this like mythical unicorn we heard about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you tried to do it on your own. Because I remember doing the exact same thing. We had at our barracks, somebody had built like a 3-level pull-up bar. Yeah. I'm sure you can think of what I'm saying. Yeah. Anybody who's in the military has seen these at a barracks. They get 3 pull-ups and they're like 200 guys. That'll be just fine, And I remember us trying to do what I thought was called kicking pull-ups, like with a CK instead of P's, Not kipping, but kicking. And I remember talking to a friend later, another CrossFit guy, being like, "Yo, I got kicking pull-ups."
Yeah, I did it.
The guy's like, "Oh no way, I wanted to get those," but like none of us had any idea what we were talking about.
Yeah, I remember saying, "What's like kipping?" Like I honestly thought I was like, "Did they spell like I thought they spelled it wrong?" I thought it was supposed to be kicking. Like, you're doing it wrong. It's not kipping. I don't know what that means. But it's funny. Like I don't know if you like working out like originally back in the day. It's like all we did was the only cardio we did was run, and then every other day back and buys, chest and tries.
That's it.
That's all I knew.
Yeah. And I mean, I alternated through like leaders in the Army in my early times that like didn't know how to work out either. Mm-hmm. So even like back and buys didn't happen. It was like literally we're going to run every day, just every day, just between 3 and 8 miles a day. And then sometimes you do a bunch of push-ups. Sometimes you didn't. Sometimes you do a bunch of sit-ups. Sometimes you didn't.
Yep, that was it.
Sometimes they yelled at you while you did mountain climbers because they were tired and they couldn't think of what to do next.
Yep.
Like,
or you get that one squad leader that was tired and he's like, "Well, they got to keep working out, so I'm going to stand there and just make them do push-ups while I get some rest here." These young kids are way faster than me.
Yeah, I remember we eventually found some version of it. At the time I was like, yeah, it's all CrossFit. We didn't really know what we were doing. We knew like kettlebell swings and wall balls.
Yeah.
And like burpees and stuff. And I remember at Fort Drum, it snows like 10 months a year. Mm-hmm. And we would be in this room up in the top of the barracks. And over all the other squad leaders, and I remember I was a really young squad leader. I was like 21 or 22 at the time. All these other like old grizzled dudes were like taking their people out on runs and calling me a pansy every time they came back in because we were in the inside doing like CrossFit workouts, And we'd be done in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and they'd be running for the full hour PT, and I'd like let the guys go to the rooms and hang out afterwards. Yeah. All those guys gave me so much shit about that. They're like, "Oh yeah, you got to put pansies doing CrossFit. You may as well be doing Zumba."
Don't you loser, dude.
Then
what's your bench, bro?
Yeah, literally, Then the winter ended, and we had to do a PT test, and all my guys got like 300s, and all the 300s the max score. Then all their guys got like 220s because they could run and nothing else, Yeah.
I remember CrossFit used to have a real big like. It took the Army a long time to like really embrace.
Long time,
yeah. There's a lot of guys that were just like, "No, man, freaking, we're talking back and buzz, chest and tries. That's all you need to worry about. Leg day."
It was like, I think that was the vast majority of people, Yeah. I know, and I'm not sure about yours, but I feel like I've talked to other people who agree with this. A lot of it was that we were enlisted guys, you and me, you still are, we were enlisted, and we would meet officers who were basically just college kids. Yeah. Like literally had been in college 6 months prior, were the ones like telling us about CrossFit. I think it was because it was coming from them. We were like, I'm not interested. Not interested in your book learning and knowledge knowingness,
Yeah, exactly. What do you guys know? You don't know anything.
You guys just have degrees.
Just overpaid privates.
We can barely read, but we don't want to listen to you.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at like a lot of places nowadays, like a lot of bases, they have the what are those boxes where you literally just open the box, like it's like a Connex or just a little box, and you open the box and it's got all the equipment.
Like CrossFit gym in a box, right?
In a box, yeah. They got them like I was in Fort Polk a couple years ago, and like they have them all over the base. Like you literally just go over there if you want to do workout, so you don't have to like go to a crowded gym. You can, I got my little box here, open it up, do my stuff, and
I'm so jealous of that. When I left drum in 2000, we were just talking about this the other day. I can't remember if it was 12 or 13, and
Yeah.
2012, 2013, and like there was nothing. There was a broken down YMCA that we used that had like holes in the roof. I have a friend who's still up there the other day. He was telling me about the gym he's working out at.
Yeah.
Like there's a CrossFit gym in town.
Yeah.
And then they have like 3 of them on base now.
Yeah,
Man, what the hell was this when I was there?
No kidding. Like one of the gyms in Fort Bragg is like literally, it's an old basketball gym, and the whole gym is pretty much a giant CrossFit gym.
Ah, man.
Yeah. It's got AstroTurf in the middle and everything. It's a great gym.
I'm super jealous of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely like I said, become more embraced
Yeah.
in the past like 5 to 10 years.
When we have people come here, you know, like I sit in this room and we do the intros with people thinking about joining the gym or trying to get fit. Pretty common conversation is like, I'm trying to join the military, I'm trying to join the fire department, the police department, something like that, you know. And I explained to him, like, dude, if you're not doing this kind of workout, like, you're so behind the curve at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you're not, you don't have to like die on the floor every time you work out, but like you gotta move, you gotta get your heart rate up and everything like that. It's just it depends on what you're trying to go for. Like I would say, like, depending on whether it's law enforcement, fire department, military, like each has its own little special needs that you kind of have to work on. But, you know, it's better than just, you know, doing curls in the gym and the squat rack.
Right. You know, imagine showing up to basic training right now, doing only curls and semi squats on the Smith machine.
Yeah.
Or having done this for 6 months, you know?
Yeah. It's definitely a lot more available to people now.
Yeah, totally.
Compared to when we joined.
Man. I just remember trying to find out anything and like not even knowing. I was on Ask Jeeves, I think.
I remember my workout in high school when I get ready for Raider team was like, my workout consisted of putting on my BDU boots and running a mile or two and then doing some push-ups in my house, and that was it.
Yeah, and then we wondered why we didn't do good.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah. I just giggled at the idea of Chelsea wondering what Ask Jeeves is.
Oh boy.
All right, so you said your first actual gym that you went to, like CrossFit Style Gym, was here, right?
Yep.
In town. It was another gym, is Salvation, right?
Right down the street from here.
When, what was it like working out around people like that for the first time? Because you were just out of the military.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrifying. I remember first walking in. First of all, I just didn't know anybody, obviously. I just walked in. Somebody's like, hey, come check this gym out. I was like, all right. I literally walked in there, and then the owner of the gym walks up. She's a buff chick. And I was like, holy crap, dude. And then another one of the coaches walked up to me. He's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, oh, my God. I was terrified. And but they were super nice and everything like that. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I didn't actually work out when I first... Like, at the time, I remember people would just go in and then start working out. But I didn't work out. But I came back, like, the next day. And I think maybe it was I don't know if Abba was my first coach or second or third day I was there. And Abba. And if you know Abba... He doesn't really care if you're new or anything like that. And all I know is I'm sitting there doing this workout, and he's yelling in my face, and I'm like, who the heck is this guy? What are you doing? Leave me alone, dude. But, I mean, that's kind of where it all started. I kind of haven't looked back ever since I joined that gym. It's where
That was like 2012?
I think it was, 2012, maybe early 13, somewhere around that time frame.
Yeah, because that's how we met.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell this part because this part makes me laugh. I would go into this gym, and just because of the time I went, generally, not a lot of people talk to me. It was a great workout place. Not super friendly to the newest of people. And I would like come into the gym in my uniform still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
I think that made people not want to talk to me because they were like, I don't know, I looked like too official or something. I don't know. I'd come in.
Trying to get me to join.
Yeah. I'd come into my uniform, I'd change, I'd jump into the workout, and I'd leave. And I'd be like, all right, like I'm really happy I'm getting a workout in, but nobody talks to me, and this kind of sucks. And then I remember you and I started talking, but I think the only words we said to each other for about 2 months were, whichever one was leaving, the one coming in would be like, was it a hard workout?
Yeah.
And the other one would go, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And then
that was it.
The conversation would end, and I'd be like, we're friends.
I think that guy drives a Tonka truck.
And then after months of that rousing conversation, you came up to me and you were like, were you in the Army? Yeah. Like, I'm in uniform all the time. Of course I am. And then I asked you if you were in the Army. And then what did you say?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And then
a few words.
You asked me if I knew a guy
Oh yeah. I think I asked what unit you were with, and then you said the unit you were in. I was like, I had a friend from high school that served in the same unit.
No, it's important. Like anyone who's ever been in the military knows this. Everybody asks you like, do you know Joe Smith?
Yeah.
And you're like, of course not. There's
I think it was
500,000 people. I don't. Of course, I don't know the one person you know. And you did that, and I knew that guy.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he was one of your best friends from high school, right?
Yeah, we actually joined the Army together. We did the whole buddy program, and we went through basic and all that stuff in AIT together. He ended up going to Fort Drum, and I ended up going to Hawaii. You know, real bummer.
Some people get lucky, and some people end up in Fort Drum, New
I
York.
wish I could have went to Fort Drum.
Nobody wishes that. Well, super long story short there. You told me, hey, my buddy hates you, and he beat the shit out of you last time you saw him.
Well, actually, the first I went back and I talked to him. I was like, hey, do you remember a dude named Nick Habben? She's like, oh yeah, I hate that guy. He's like, ask him about the blower suit incident. And he apparently beat the crap out of Nick.
Yeah, we did a shoot house, and he broke the rules. Took advantage of my advantage-taken self in a blower suit.
Yeah, small. I was like, man, small world.
Yeah, because that never happens. Like everybody asks you that. You're like, of course I haven't met the one person you're asking me about. No.
Yeah.
And
it just happened. Yep.
The one time, and that's been a 10-year friendship since then.
Yep, pretty much, man.
Yeah. So we bonded originally over our interests in wearing stupid clothing.
Yep.
Right.
The Hawaii shirt thing was our first outing.
The Hawaiian shirts. Our love of Rumplemints.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Which is, guys, if you don't know what that is, if you're of age, just check it out.
Yeah, just try once.
Just try a couple.
If you like Christmas, you'll like Rumplemints.
It's Christmas in your mouth. Just dressing up stupid in general.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember one of our original ideas was to do the scuba suit thing, and we still haven't done that.
There's time.
Oh, yeah.
We have time.
Yeah.
Provided you come back in 7 months, we'll do it. Yeah.
Just have to get a bigger scuba suit.
Well, yeah. We're shaped a little differently than we used to be.
A lot different back then.
Okay, so you are technically the oldest member of the gym, like the longest tenured member.
I thought Joe was the oldest member.
Yeah, Joe is the oldest person alive, except for Mary Schwander. But you have been with the gym, other than me, I guess, and with me, the longest of anyone, right?
Yeah, been here since day zero.
Yeah, since pre-zero, right? Like
Yeah.
I can remember calling Abba and saying like, hey man, Shannon and I heard about this.
Mm-hmm.
We would love to be part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And he was like, cool, what can you bring to the table? And I'm like, nothing.
I have two hands.
Yeah, I'll show up.
I have a body that I can.
I have no discernible skills and no money, so take it or leave it.
Yeah,
So 8-ish years now of us running this gym. What's it been like? Because you've seen like every single evolution we've had.
It's crazy, because it's definitely evolved a whole lot from our beginning back in that little garage down off Pineland Road. It was like a small, where like maybe like a third of the people could work out inside, and the other half had to work out outside.
Yeah, because you and me would be on the sloped driveway all the time.
Yeah, that was always fun. And then going to the, kind of evolving from there, getting a little bit bigger and bigger, and then obviously I have some times where I'm away a little bit, and I come back, and it's always like there's always something new. I feel like there's always something new going on. We're never stagnant. That's one thing that I've always noticed throughout the years. Always trying to innovate. I know. And then obviously the people coming in and everything like that. Like, I don't know, people come and go, but I noticed that we have that same core that stays around. But I said, the biggest thing, man, is just the evolution that's gone from when we started back in January 2014 to now in September 2021.
Isn't that crazy? It's how far that's been.
Yeah, I know. I remember back then we're like, I have no idea if this is going to work.
Yeah.
Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but you know what? I got nothing to lose. So.
Yeah, I remember like making plans to get out of the Army to do that.
Yeah.
And being like, is this like the dumbest thing I've ever done? People are like, you're gonna get out of the Army to do what?
Yeah.
To coach at a gym?
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna lie. I remember we're coming back from North Carolina back in 2017, and then they're like, so talking to like the guys that I'm with now, like, so what do you do for work? I was like, oh, I'm coach at CrossFit gym. Like, what? I was like, yeah.
I mean, it works.
It works, you know?
All right, so what has this gym been for you then? Right, like we were originally CrossFit Cape Coral, now Shark Bite. Like, what over the years, what has it been for you?
Everything, dude. I mean, like, this is like, we've talked, I don't know how many times we've talked. We're like, this is like, my friends are from here. Like, I've met my fiance here. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
like, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like, this is my life. Like, my best friends are here. Like, I've almost grew up in this gym. Like, when I came home, like, I had a couple people that I know. I don't really talk to many people from high school. Like, maybe ones and twos here and there. Obviously, I still talk to my army buddies and everything like that. But like this is like all my best friends. Like, I mean, you know, I've known, you know, Charlie for years, you for years, Josh for years. You know what I mean? Like, and we've all like become really good friends and everything like that. And then obviously I met Chelsea here. And like, yeah, this gym's been everything, man. Like, I love coming here. Like, every day, like, that's what I look forward to at the end of the day. Like, usually afternoons, man, I can't wait to go to the gym. Like,
Yeah.
That's like the one thing I look forward to every day is coming to the gym.
It's cool how that is, right? Because it's like, you would think at some point that would get boring, but it doesn't.
No.
We're literally like almost a decade into doing that almost every day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I said, man, every day, like, I'm just like, man, I can't wait to get to the gym today. You know, I'm one of the ones that I'll work out at 4 and I'll be here till like 6.
Yeah. We actually have a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
The afternoon's a whole different beast. If you're listening to this and you're a morning member, the afternoon is a whole different beast.
Yeah, that's true.
The Cape Coral gym's like a party for 3.5 hours. So yeah, like you're still in the military. I was in. One of those things that comes with being in the military is leaving and coming back to places, leaving and coming back.
Yeah.
What's it been like having a place that you know is going to be there every time?
Oh, it's great, man.
Yeah.
I remember when I was gone, it was like 2016, 2017. I remember coming back and like I was like, I just can't wait to go to the gym. I can't wait to see everybody at the gym. I remember I didn't tell anybody I was coming back.
Yeah.
I happened to come back for a coach's meeting.
You surprised the hell out of me. I'm like, this asshole's my best friend. He didn't even tell me he's coming back. Like,
yeah. Well, it's like when you, like, I don't know, a lot of times it could be like especially when I'm gone, like, you know, for years at a time, which has happened before. And then coming back knowing that, you know what I mean, I have a place to go to, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty scary going to a new place. I remember first coming back here, initially getting out of the Army when I was getting off active duty. And I remember like, man, like, I don't have really many friends. I don't really have a job. I don't really know what's going on here. But now it's nice to always like come back and be like, okay, I know I have a place. And then, you know, everybody, you know, anytime I come back, like, oh, Shanen, how you been? You know what I mean? Everybody's excited to see me. That's always nice and everything like that. So
yeah, I can relate to that, dude. When I moved down here, I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
You were like my first friend. Yeah. And when I say a friend, I mean we grunted at each other
that's true.
twice a day.
Still do that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, people will sometimes ask me, they'll be like, oh, I haven't seen you talk to Shanen in a while. I'm like, at this point, we're like married. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I thought we were common law married.
Yeah, we lived together long enough.
That's true.
Sorry, Chelsea. All right, so we have some, I mean, I don't care if anybody else agrees. I think we have some great stories from competitions we've done. Right.
Oh, yeah.
So when we started this gym, the group that started this gym, I think we all thought we were good at working out because we had no exposure to people who were actually good at working out.
That's true.
Yeah. So what was the first big comp we did? First big competition?
Waterpalooza.
Waterpalooza, right? One of the biggest ones in the world. One of the ones that people fly from other countries to come do.
Some of the only RX competitors at Waterpalooza in Southwest Florida right here, dude.
Man, we should wear that on a title.
Yeah.
So Waterpalooza is a massive event for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about. It lasts like 3 days. I think now it's actually 4 days. You have to qualify through like multiple levels to get in. Like it's a badge of honor to say you competed there. We competed at a time when there were none of those things.
Nope.
You just had to be fast on a computer.
Yeah. If you could be fast on a computer and had some money.
Yeah, really. You just had enough money to compete, and you could click real fast because it would sell out in about 15 minutes. What they don't tell you though is that you're gonna suck really badly when you're there.
Bad. They said if you're a normal dude, don't sign up for this one.
No. Lots of CrossFit competitions, super fun. Local competitions, super fun. Waterpalooza when you're not very good, not fun.
Nope.
Not fun. What are your number one memories? Number one memory, and other memories from that.
Oh boy. Let's see. First of all,
some we can't say on the mic. Sorry.
There was I remember thinking the entire weekend, man, I paid to be here. I'm paying to be this miserable.
I think at least 100 times you looked over at me and you said, I can't believe I paid for this.
Yep. Another small thing, I remember we were the only losers in the entire comp who didn't bring a tent. We're just sitting on one cooler in the middle of the field.
Next to all the porta potties.
Yeah, next to the porter crappers.
Yeah, everybody else had like tons of food, tents, chairs. Some people had like inflatable sofas.
Yeah.
We had one cooler between the three of us that had like 8 bottles of water.
Yep.
I think a couple monsters.
This was what, after like 2 weeks of the gym open?
Yeah.
We're representing CrossFit Cape Coral with our cooler.
Do you remember walking around the vendor tent telling everybody like, oh yeah, we're coaches at a gym, and them giving us all this free stuff? Because they were like, oh man, I'm going to make so much money off these guys. We got like 8 members.
I just remember coming in for weigh-in and I didn't bring shorts. I was wearing jeans.
I totally forgot they didn't weigh in.
Yeah, so I was like, I just thought about that. There's also the triathlon, not triathlon. I guess it's like triathlon sort of.
Yeah, I want to tell this one because this is really funny.
So there's a workout. So each we did team, and you got 3 people per team. And then one of the workouts was kind of like a triathlon where there was a run, a swim, and a row. If I remember that correct, right? So you did the row.
Yeah, I think it was something like a 2-mile run, a 5K row, and something
300-meter swim. Trust me. I know.
Yeah, 300-meter swim. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember you doing the row, and our other partner was doing the run, and I was like, I could 300 meters. I can swim 300 meters. That's super easy. I got that. Yeah. So like, I was the first one to go. I think, or no, was it the run?
I think the run was first.
The run was first. I was second. All right. Yeah. So I remember. As soon as we get off as soon as our other partner comes off the run, and he's pretty close to the pack, so I jump in to water, and I start off like hauling ass, like I'm just like I got this, super easy. Like I was actually in the front for like all of 3 to 5 seconds, and I was like, yeah, I got this. 300 meters is easy, and all I know is I started slowing down, and then I look up, and I maybe have gone maybe like 50 meters, maybe. And I'm like, I'm gonna die here. I was like literally legit like looking at the people on the paddle boards. I was like, I'm gonna have to go to these people. Like I'm gonna drown.
Well, because it's not just 300 meters. It's 300 meters in like open water in a bay, so there's like big waves hitting you in the face.
Putting that in a picture, and you're swimming with like 300 other people, so like nobody cares who lives or dies during those. I was getting pulled under. Like it was terrifying. It was terrible. So I'm like, I eventually I get to a doggy paddle, and I just doggy paddle back the rest of the way. Like, and I get off the out of the water. I go and tag Nick to go do the row, and I find the nearest tree, keel over, and I'm pretty sure it was a good 20-30 minutes. I was just throwing up. I mean, eventually it wasn't throw up, it was just dry heave, but it was a long...
Well, because you threw up for 20 or 30 minutes, like, consistently.
Yeah.
Because I did like a 5K row.
Yeah. I started throwing up when you started, and I was still throwing up long after you finished.
Yeah, so I remember I'm sitting on the rower, and I'm like, where the hell's Shannon? Like he's a fast swimmer. I'm watching all these other people come back, and I'm like, what's going on? People are halfway done with the row, and I'm like... This is going to be real uncomfortable. Especially because at that time, we still thought we were kind of good.
Yeah,
so
man, I could do this. 300 meters is super slow. It's short. I can do that.
I finished the row. You're still puking. I remember leaving. I might have been, I don't know, like frustrated or had to pee or something. I come back like a good deal later. You're still hugging the same tree. Mm-hmm. Legs around it, holding one arm, just dry heaving into the ground.
I wanted to quit after that. I was like, you know, I'm not doing the rest of this weekend. This is stupid. I want to go home. I was like, want me to keep working out?
Yeah, I remember we had 10 workouts to do? Yeah. 9 workouts, something like that?
9 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah, our first one was at 7 a.m. Our last one was at 8 p.m.
On the first day?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was, the first day we were done pretty freaking late.
And they had those games competitors with us. Right, so like in the RX division, the normal division, there wasn't like the division for if you're really, really, really good.
Yeah, there was no elite. It was literally RX. I don't know if they had intermediate and scaled.
Yeah, maybe. I think it might have been RX scaled.
I think it's RX and scaled back then, yeah. Because I think we probably would have signed up for intermediate.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So what they did was they reseeded everybody afterwards. They put the guys who were doing good at the top and the guys were at the bottom. Unsurprisingly, we went last the rest of the weekend.
I don't think we finished last. I remember I was pretty proud of that. We didn't finish last.
Right, that's true. I think a couple of people quit or got injured, but
that works. Hey, whatever, man.
We did not end up in last place. Man.
And then I remember them playing this song over and over again.
Martin Garrix's Animals.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I hate that song
so
much.
There's some serious PTSD associated with that song.
Yep. All I think back to that weekend and how miserable I was the entire time.
Yeah, I remember we were driving back and it was just like, we should never do anything like that again.
Mm-mm.
Ever.
I had to reevaluate some stuff after that.
Yeah.
That weekend. I was like, okay.
Luckily, we signed up for about 40 more after that, so.
Yeah. But we made sure we kept it at, a level weekend. But also, I will say, in our defense, it also didn't help that we, for a good 3 or 4 months, didn't have a gym.
Yeah, right, because there was the in between us leaving our old gym and then our new one opening up. Mm-hmm. You're right, I think we had only worked out maybe 6 or 7 times during that time.
Yeah.
And it showed.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think we would have been much better had we been working out, but
no,
it was bad.
Yeah.
That was actually really, really embarrassing now that I think about it. So you've done a bunch of competitions though, and a really important point to bring up is that we had a competition recently at the gym, right? Mm-hmm. We at all the gyms, at all the Sharp Bite gyms. Mm-hmm. We call it the Sharp Bite Classic. It's our in-house comp every year. You beat somebody this time. Yeah,
there's this one dude that comes to the gym.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name. Slipped my tongue. Mike Cintron.
Mike Cintron, yeah. He got 4th place.
That guy, yeah, I heard he got 4th place. I heard he was what I'd heard he was back-to-back champ. He was going for the three-peat.
So that means he won twice in a row.
Yeah.
And then what did he do this time?
And then he didn't win twice in a row, or 3 times in a row. He didn't win. He didn't even podium when I heard. Yeah. I heard he was like a favorite to podium, and then something happened, and then and then me and Rudy Lopez, we took 3rd place.
Yeah. So Mike didn't podium?
He didn't podium.
He didn't podium.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I know, man.
Poor little guy.
Like, he did that last workout, and it literally meant nothing.
Yeah. Poor little guy, man.
I know, dude. Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
You think he has any chance at Committed Club this week?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna rig it.
Oh, nice. I can't hear that part right.
Yeah. All right. So the reason we are filming, recording, whatever, this right now is what are you about to do, bro?
I'm actually deploying here in the next couple weeks. Mm-hmm. Going overseas. It's not like a combat rotation or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So we're getting ready to go to over to the Middle East, and I'm actually kind of looking forward. It'll be a little bit of different deployment than what I'm used to. Mm-hmm. From what I've heard, we'll have a little bit more freedom to go out and actually see the country where we're going to be and everything like that.
That's pretty cool.
I'm actually really excited. Like I heard at this place you can go to the beach and go skiing in the same day.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I generally, it sucks leaving, but I love my job. I love what I do in the military. The only thing that with it is you are gone quite a bit, especially even though I'm in a National Guard capacity. When you
deploy your active duty, so yeah.
Yeah. So but I'm pretty excited. Hopefully I get to do some cool stuff while I'm over there, and I'm looking forward to it.
How different is it? Because in the other times you've left, you've been on your own. Now you're not.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's true.
Shanen recently got engaged. So.
Yeah.
Or he caused the engagement. I guess he didn't get engaged, but
that's true. This is a little bit different. Actually, that makes it way harder. Anybody who's whoever's listening, has been in the military.
He's getting visibly uncomfortable.
Anybody who's been in the military, that's listening, they know how hard it is to especially leave at that point when you gotta actually have family and everything like that. It's a little tougher, but I think we'll be okay.
Sorry, Charles. Oh man. All right. Is there anything else you want to bring up? It's funny because we have, I don't know, a million stories.
That's true.
But we can't tell almost any of them
Yeah, a lot of them are pretty inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it. I was like trying to I'm thinking what can I say? What can I not say? Yeah, so I'm not trying to get me in trouble. I'm not trying to get Nick in trouble.
Might have to end the podcast. Oh man. Okay, so when should we expect to have you back?
Hopefully around May.
Cool.
I'm thinking, I think early May is when we should be back, hopefully. Yeah, latest June, but May, so.
All right, man. Well, I would have loved to have said a lot more, but I know that a lot of it is stuff we can't say on recorded mics.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But I just want everyone to know so that when you come back next time and there's, a bunch of new people you don't know, Shanen's one of the hearts of the gym, man. And you're my best friend, and I'm going to be really upset when you leave. And I think you're really selfish for leaving. It's very rude of you.
Yeah, what a jerk.
Yeah, I think it's very rude. I hope the Eagles lose all their games because you're leaving.
They probably will, actually.
But that's unrelated. Yeah, man. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm honored to do it.
If you're listening, the beginning audio is a little messed up, so big shocker.
We'll get Jim to fix it next time.
All right, bro.
Yep, thanks.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us today on the Shark Bite Show. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find us on Facebook or Instagram at Shark Bite Fitness and Nutrition, or on our website at sharkbitefitness.com. If you'd like to find out more about our guests, their information will be in the show notes. If you'd like to talk to us about getting more fit, feel free to schedule a free no sweat intro at one of our locations in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, or Naples, Florida.